Hi, y'all. So, welcome to another YouTube video for our channel, Sweet Teas and Door Keys. We are doing another type video today, and we have the beautiful Linda Ball here, that is a representative of Cinch Home Warranty. Hi, Linda.
Hi, how are you doing, Molly? Good to see you.
Good.
Good to see you.
Yay.
Yes, thanks for including me.
Yeah, of course. Valerie and I are really excited to have you on today. And we're just going to ask you a lot of questions about home warranties because people, I think have a lot of questions. They don't understand like exactly what a home warranty does. And, Valerie and I just think that this can be really valuable information. So we'll start with how many years has Cinch, formerly as HMS Home Warranty, been in the business?
Well, and you're right. We've been in the business for 42 years. We're the largest privately owned warranty company in the country. So, we were HMS, but we were also something called Total Protect. And what that was warranty for 23 of the top 25 banking institutions in the country. We did Sears Home Warranty, still do. There's a lot of different branches. And last year we decided to pull it all together and call it one thing, call it Cinch, and pull all those divisions together, which I think is going to make us a lot better at what we do. And our concentration is giving that homeowner, buyer, seller, whatever, a really good experience with us. So that's our focal point, is doing a good job, for that homeowner, and doing what we need to do for them for home warranty for sure. So yeah.
Awesome. So a lot of times we have this question, Linda, that I'm sure you'll be able to answer is what does your home warranty actually cover? Is it everything? Is it a few things?
Well, it's not everything, that's for sure, but what we do is we cover mechanical failures due to normal wear and tear for major systems and appliances. There are about 20 appliances that we cover as well. So it's things like HVAC, it's the hot water heater, it's plumbing, it's electrical, it's, your refrigerator, your hot water heater, but there's 20 major appliances, but it's everything in the home itself, and like, for instance, electrical, it's the electrical inside the home.
Okay.
So, but that's what we do. It's normal wear and tear. It's mechanical failures.
It's everything that could break down when a person buys a home. It usually happens in that first year.
I know. It's surprising how many things can happen. We've got a couple of flyers and stuff that we've been, sending out to you guys as agents that talk about how often, appliances, and like right now, for instance, HVAC, 'tis the season.
Yeah.
And so it's amazing how often you get failures with this. So home warranty to me is a must, really. It is.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah. So
And then, so what does a home warranty provide?
well, again, like I said, it is covering your major appliances and systems. What we don't do, just to talk a little bit about the difference between, say, your home insurance policy as opposed to the warranty. Like with us, it's mechanical failures, right? And so with home insurance, it's more about insurance for property losses, losses that happen to a resident, maybe furnishings or other assets or whatever. That's what they cover. But we do not. Everything we do is about mechanical.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So what about structural? Do you cover structural things?
No, we do not. I mean, there are a few, warranty companies that are out there that covers, structural, but our focus is on that mechanical.
Okay.
So
Not like a roof leak or something like that.
no,
Okay.
there are a
But
few
if
others out there that do, yeah, but not us.
Well,
Yep.
what if there's rust and corrosion failures, like for the buyer? I mean, do y'all cover that? Because that's typically like it's been there. So, I mean, if they come into that situation, what happens with that?
Yes, and so here's what I like about our warranty. Um, we do not put restrictions on square footage. We do not put restrictions on the age of systems or appliances. And so typically, you might have a system that's 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have some rust on there. I mean, it just is what it is. But as long as that system or appliance is running, efficiently, correctly,
Right.
then and then we have normal wear and tear, we're fine. We will cover that. So that's one of the really cool things, about us, for sure.
Yes. Yeah, that's really good to know.
Yeah.
So what about if a buyer wants to purchase several years? Like I know that you guys usually it's a year, but what about years after that? Can they purchase multiple years?
Yes. Well, and you guys might be able to help me a little bit with this. So sometimes what happens is, you have, a buyer that is getting ready to close, and there might be some extra money that's available for that buyer for the closing.
Right.
And I have had several agents that have reached out to me and said, hey, is it possible for us to maybe add additional years for the warranty, since there is a little bit more money, for the closing.
Right.
And so, yes, as a matter of fact, last week I had somebody that was talking about putting 3 additional years on the warranty. So you can, and I went back to my guys and asked, is there a limit to it? And there's not. So, a buyer might want to keep that in mind. Before they go to closing, if there's any additional money left to just, add more years. So,
Yeah.
Awesome.
No, that's true, especially because it's not like you can get the money back. You have to spend it on something for closing. So why not do a home warranty?
Yeah.
And here's the thing that's kind of cool about this too, is when they first get the warranty, when it's purchased, at $489. That is an intro. That's an introductory price that we have. And so I would suggest, if you have that available to you, add those years, because if you do, it will be at the introductory rate.
Oh, that's good.
So
and
it just provides
every year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. While they are under that, like if they go ahead and sign up for 4 years or whatever, it will be at $489 for all 4 of those years.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how many days after closing does the buyer have to add additional coverage?
So, and you know how sometimes things go where somebody will go, oh, I wish I had gotten, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, but I wish I had gotten the premier upgrade. Mm-hmm. Well, they can actually add, or there might be something else like sewer. They think, maybe I should have done something, with sewer or whatever it be.
Right.
They can reach out to us. Either they can put an account together online with us, or they can call our 800 number, membership services, and they can turn around and add up to 30 days after closing.
That's good.
So they've got a little bit of room there if they need that. But yes, 30 days.
Gotcha.
Yep. Yeah.
Hey, Linda, let's switch over to sellers for a second. So,
okay.
When does the seller pay for coverage during the listing period?
Okay.
They want to pay.
And I'll say this. I strongly encourage sellers to add a warranty during the listing period. And one of the things that I tell them is, here's the deal. We can go ahead and sign them up and enroll them, and they have coverage the day they enroll. but they don't have to pay for the warranty until closing. So they could have, they could be in the listing period for 6 months, and this is what we typically do, is we'll do 6 months, and then we'll turn around and we'll add 6 more months to the warranty. So we'll just re-up them for six more months. Okay. So you could have literally a year of coverage and not pay for that until closing, and then we'll turn around and it converts over to the buyer, and then the buyer has the coverage for a year. So you
basically you almost get a year free if it lasts that long.
Yeah. Yes. And I will say this too. Normally, what happens is it does convert over to the buyer. But say, for instance, the seller, nothing happens, and they've decided to take their house off the market. Okay. Right. And they haven't had a claim.
Yeah.
Literally, we can just cancel the warranty, and they won't have to pay anything.
Wow.
So if they do have a claim, then what they would pay is the lesser of the two. So say the claim was $200. They would pay us the $200, and that would be it, rather than the full cost of the warranty.
Wow. That's a really good perk. I mean, for sellers.
Yeah. I think so too. So
a no-brainer. I think every listing and seller should have that.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
I agree too.
So then flip it back to the buy side. How many HVAC units are covered for the buyer and the basic home warranty plan?
So for the buyer, and let me say this too, for the seller, going back to them, if they want the HVAC covered, that would be $75 for the seller, and they would pay that $75 at closing. So the seller does have to pay for the $75 for HVAC. When it converts to the buyer, then they've got 2 HVAC units that are covered. That's just part of the warranty program.
That's good.
So, yep.
Is that for the seller too? They have 2 units covered as well?
Yes. 2 were covered.
As long as they pay that $75, they get 2 units covered. Okay.
Well, and they don't even have to pay that until closing.
Right.
So, yeah. And there is, if you have a third, I had somebody that was buying a warranty for a buyer. It was a seller that was going to pay for it for the buyer. They have 5 HVAC units. I am like, oh my gosh, what?
They want to make sure it's good and cool.
So what? But anyway, so what we did was we decided they had 1 system that was brand new, and then they had 4 that were older. They were 15 years older. And so what I suggested to them was, let's do this. You get 2 that are covered. You can actually pay for an additional one, which would be $150. So you'd have 3 covered. 1's new. What are the chances that you would have, you know what I'm saying, 5 units fail in 1 year? I don't think so. So
that would be insane. That would be unfortunate.
Well, and I mean, that doesn't happen very often either, but it was interesting. Yeah.
That's crazy. So how quickly would a seller be covered during the listing period?
Okay, so for a seller, it's immediate. And for, as soon as it enrolls, it's immediate. For a buyer, as soon as it closes, then they're covered. Okay. So for that buyer, because I've had a couple of people ask me about this, and they go, do you have to wait 30 days before we get coverage? And that's not true. You don't. It starts immediately.
Oh, that's good.
But I will tell you something that has come up a couple of times, and just to bring it to y'all's attention. If you're working like you're representing a buyer, mm-hmm. and a home inspector has come out and they have seen some issues with the HVAC unit.
Mm-hmm.
And they call attention to it on the inspection report. What I would suggest, representing that buyer, is to have a HVAC tech come out, take a look at the unit, see if he's saying basically the same things, and definitely I would address those issues prior to closing.
Okay.
Because it'll be considered pre-existing, that they've actually noted it, on an inspection report. And if it's pre-existing, then we can't cover it, after closing.
Gotcha.
So it's just something to really keep in mind, for your buyer.
But if it gets fixed, if they fix that, then it goes back to being covered.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So anything that's noted on an inspection report that would be considered pre-existing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's the key, Valerie. Just, address the issues. And then from there, if something else happens, then, then we'll cover it.
Right.
Because it's been addressed. So,
Right.
Yep.
Okay, so I don't know if you've had this situation happen a lot, but if a buyer or seller has your warranty and they get locked out of the house, how much does the warranty reimburse for the locksmith?
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, because it can happen.
Have you had this happen before, like with one of your clients?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And so they're like, well, what do we do now? And so what I tell them is go ahead and have the buyer call out a locksmith,
Mhm.
and then we will reimburse them up to $50 to get a locksmith out there and get them, in the door.
Awesome.
So,
No, that's good. I didn't even realize warranties helped with that kind of situation. So that's really nice.
Well, you're standing outside, Molly, of your house locked out. Just call Linda.
I'm gonna do my first call.
there you go. So,
Don't
yes.
call to help you get in the window. Call.
Oh, yeah. Well, we won't break in the house for you, but we will definitely, get somebody to get you in the door for sure. So anyway, yeah.
What about, does your warranty cover electrical outside the home? I know you talked about inside, but what about electrical?
No, it doesn't. So everything is basically in the house itself. Electrical, plumbing, you can actually purchase additional coverage, for gas lines outside and things like that. So there are opportunities, for you to get extra, and it costs a little bit more money to do that, but certainly you've got homes out there that have septic and stuff like that, and they need to address those things. And that's where you can go in, and on the application itself, it gives you line items of other things that we will cover, if you want that additional coverage. So, yeah. But as far as electrical outside, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's mainly just everything inside the house, anything mechanical.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And unless you want to add other additional coverage.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So when it comes to filing a claim for a seller and a buyer, how much does that typically cost?
Okay. Well, and actually we've got two different programs.
Okay.
So you can do one that's kind of our standard, which is $100 deductible, and then it's $489 is the base.
Okay.
And then what I always suggest everybody do is add what's called PUP. So it's a premium upgrade package.
Okay.
It's $89 for a year, and I swear by it. And the reason why I do is it covers non-covered charges for a covered repair and replace. So, for instance, say HVAC goes out, and we're going to replace it. We're going to have to pull a permit. We might have to pour a new slab because you're getting a larger unit.
Mhm.
you've got to remove the old unit. Well, all those things are not mechanical. So they are uncovered charges. With that Premier upgrade, what happens is we will cover 2 claims per year, and we'll reimburse up to $1,000 per claim. So for $89, and if you have the pup, then you're going to get $1,000 worth of, reimbursement from us because you have that pup. So many people that have that, they're like, this would have cost us a couple of $100s if we had not had that Premier upgrade package. Right. So it's well worth it.
Yeah, definitely, especially
well worth it.
Yeah,
$89.
$89 for a year, 2 claims, up to $1,000 per claim, uncovered charges.
That's great.
So
now I know I've heard something with Cinch about the workmanship guarantee. So what's your time commitment for that?
On workmanship, is that what you?
Yes, the workmanship guarantee.
Yes, and as a matter of fact, we're the best in the industry on this. So when the service provider goes out, what happens is they will pay either the $100 deductible, right? Mm-hmm. If they took that plan, or we do have $200 deductibles. So it just depends. Lower base, but once they go out and they fix this, if something happens with that repair or replace within 180 days, then the service provider comes back out and will fix it, repair it, whatever, and it at no additional cost. The homeowner is not going to have to pay that deductible again. But it's 180 days.
Okay.
Yes.
180 days.
Yep.
And when it comes to your emergency lodging reimbursement program, what do you offer for that program?
Okay, so here is how this goes. If homeowners HVAC goes out, mm-hmm. or they have like a pipe that bursts and it's flooding the house, when we get the service provider out there, and if they only have one unit, one source of heat or air, then once our service provider goes out there and understands that we're either going to have to replace, or we've got to order parts or whatever it be, then what we're going to do for that homeowner is we're going to put them up after the 24 hours of the service provider being there. We're going to put them up in a hotel. We can reimburse them up to $1,200 for a hotel stay while we get a new HVAC in there, or do whatever we need to do to get them back in that house.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if any other warranty company does that, but yes, we do that.
I mean, that's a big perk because, the thing is like, it can happen.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
And it can get very hot very quickly without air in the summertime.
I know, I understand. So, and so what we always say is, if that is your main source, if you only have one unit in your house and there is no relief inside, or it floods or whatever, then that's what we do, is we'll give them a hotel stay. So up to $1,200.
That's pretty nice. We have time for probably a couple more questions, Linda.
Okay.
So, as a warranty, can we purchase appliances at a discount, and how much of a discount?
Yes. So because we have relationships with manufacturers around the country. And so, if say a homeowner decides that they're going to maybe do a little bit of renovation to their there we go. They need new appliances in their kitchen or whatever. We give them 30% discount and we have a lot of lines that we provide. So a lot of different manufacturers that we work with. So it's a great opportunity to take advantage of that discount.
Right.
It's 30%.
That's a big discount too.
Yeah.
I'm not mad about it. So run us through the program for new construction. Like, what do y'all offer in regards to a new construction home? Is it different, the same? What's going on?
Well, and I love our warranty for new construction. As you know, if you're representing a buyer, and the builder typically normally has a manufacturer's warranty for a year.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, they don't have any warranty.
Right.
And what I suggest is with ours, it starts in year 2, 3, and 4.
Oh.
And as we know, a lot of appliances are put together with plastic parts and stuff like that. Stuff happens.
Mm-hmm.
And so the cost of that is $589 for 3 years. It can include a pop if they want to in there for $89.
Okay.
And it is going to protect them with those major systems and appliances. So, I mean, it's basically giving them 4 years of warranty.
That's awesome.
For the $589.
Yeah.
I would absolutely do it. I know, people look at it and say, well, gosh, the appliances are new. Why would I need a warranty? But truly, stuff happens.
Right. Yeah. That's true. Predict it.
Yeah.
I think that's crazy that you offer 3 years though for only $589. I mean, that's only $100 more than a year. So
Yes.
that's really good.
It is.
Yeah. Yep. And then, of course, I'm here if you have, I'll tell you this, we actually handle about 1 million claims a year with our warranty company, 1 million. And out of that, like less than like 0.5%, sometimes we'll have escalations where I need to step in. And if they're working with you, if those buyers are working with you and you're working with me, then we have a team that will help through that escalation. They'll have a person that's assigned to them. And we will go through that whole process of getting that service provider out and making sure everything is taken care of and stuff. So, and we're doing some other really cool things at the end of the year, by the way, where we're going to have an app where the homeowner can go in and, file a claim on the app. And it's also going to give them a timeline of when the service provider is going to be out there. They're even going to be able to come in and rate that service provider or see, other people that have used that service provider and what they thought about them. So we're really creating transparency for that homeowner. But that app will be, we're beta testing now, and that app will be available at the end of the year. So
So there literally is always an app for that.
Always.
Yes, there is, and now we'll have one too. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be sure to tell our clients that too, that there's going to be an app soon.
Yes, there will be an app soon. But I'm here too. For your homeowners and stuff. If they have questions and you guys can't answer, I'm here and available to be a part of that.
Wonderful.
So.
I guess just to kind of wrap it up, we only have a couple minutes left, but does the warranty have age restrictions, or can you summarize, exactly kind of what we've been talking about? Is there any kind of restrictions that you guys have?
No, I mean, really, truly, that's one of the things that's pretty unique with us. That we do not have age restrictions. And so that's why our warranty is pretty popular, especially for homes that are 15 years, or older. As long as that appliance or that system is in good working order, we will repair and replace.
Good.
So, and the other thing, which, a lot of people find interesting too, is if you have a larger home that might be, 3,500 or 4,000 square feet or whatever. We have no square footage restrictions either.
That's
So,
good.
yeah.
Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for today, but we appreciate you coming on with us, Linda, with Sweet Teas and Door Keys. You've been very helpful. It's been wonderful. And Molly and I thank you so much. So,
Wow.
cheers, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.